So here in example number 2, write an equation in slope point form and then general form for the line passing through the points -5 and 2 and -2 and 1. They give us 2 points. Do we have the slope? Can we calculate it?
Yes.
Yes, we can calculate the slope. They didn't have it given, but using the slope formula, you can find the slope using y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. y1, y2. Find the difference between the y coordinate and then x1, x2. -5 minus -2. Find the difference between the x value. And this will give us 1 over -3. This is the slope. Some people like to take the negative out. Doesn't matter. They mean the same thing. Or there. They mean the same thing. If you don't like using the slope formula to calculate your slope, you can make a sketch, draw the picture, plot the 2 points on your graph, and join those 2 points together. You will then be able to count the number of boxes for the rise and the run. But most of the time we don't have a graph paper, so slope formula would be easier to deal with. Once we have the slope, are we given the y-intercept? Should we use the slope-intercept form or slope point form? Slope point form, yeah. We don't have the intercept given. We don't have the y-intercept. We have 2 points given to us. Not a point, but we actually have 2 points given to us. Which of the 2 points should we use? -5 and 2? Can it be -2 and 1? Yeah. It doesn't matter which of the 2 points to use. And usually I will pick up the point that is easier to work with. Possibly -2 and 1 because it comes with smaller value. So now I have x1 and y1 here. Even though we didn't quite use x1, y1 for the -2 and 1, it doesn't matter. For now, if we are using -2 and 1 for your point and slope equals -1/3, I can now substitute these numbers into the slope point form. The slope will go here. Then the x coordinate of your point will go here. The y coordinate of your point will go there. Y minus 1 and -1/3 x minus -2. Minus a negative, it becomes a plus. So that would be the slope point form in this case. If you want to obtain the general form for the line, we want to get rid of the denominator. We don't like working with denominator when it comes to the general form. And here is a denominator. If I can multiply this denominator on both sides of the equation. For now, I'm still having a balanced equation. Both sides will now be 3 times bigger, which is quite balanced at this time. We didn't make one side bigger than the other. But by doing this, the 3 in the denominator can now be reduced on the right-hand side, giving us -1 times the x plus 2. And on the left hand side, as you distribute it, we have 3y minus 3. Not quite done yet. We still need to put all the terms to the same side and make it into general form. We want these equations to start with a positive x. General form must have your x starting with a positive. If they have a negative on the right hand side for the x, bring it to the other side, yes. The negative x on the right hand side becomes positive x, and the 3y will still be 3y on the left hand side. The minus 2 here will now be plus 2. So now negative 3 plus 2 give us minus 1.